Hello! Long time no see. It's been over 3 weeks, I think, or maybe 3 weeks now, since the last video. I finally found my YouTube password. No, I've moved, actually. So, there's been a lot going on. And I thought it was a good time. There's a new video coming in a couple days. There's a mishmash coming, and then lots of other stuff. I thought it was a good time for me to put up a little video where I just simply talk about shit. There's a lot of questions I get from you guys. I thought I'd talk a little deeper about, get my YouTube audience a little updated on things. I feel like I'm in a place more than ever now where I love doing YouTube. And sometimes I think it's not clear. I'm like gone for 3 weeks. And people assume like, well, did you forget what's going on? And it's like, no, sometimes I've moved, and then also Sunset, one of my editors, his GPU died. So he got delayed. And then Adam is working on a big video. We're making a video. I hosted a tournament for my friends and me. I did Tyler One style, hosted the tournament that I was in with the game Peak. So we were all climbing and getting points for money. It was a $1,000 tournament. He's making a big fucking video out of that with everyone's perspectives and stuff. So that's going to take some time. And basically, sometimes these things happen. And I just want you to know I fucking love doing YouTube. And when I'm gone like this, it's not because I'm like one of those YouTubers who puts up a video once in a blue moon just to make money and then he disappears. It stresses me out when I'm not uploading. But that's why, anyway, videos returning very soon. Starting with this one, I guess. This is just a bonus video. I'm going to talk a little. I moved. So this office, so I moved out from my house in Stockholm back in like August. And I moved out of Stockholm. I'm no longer in Stockholm. For the first time since I lived in Singapore when I was a kid. It's the first time I'm living somewhere. We moved to Stockholm and then I haven't been anywhere else. I've traveled, obviously, and I'm really liking it. It's nice not being in the big city. So back in August, September, I moved in with Beata, shacked up in her apartment while I tried to figure things out. And then I rented this office, which I was really excited about. I was so excited. Dude, the last couple of years, that's you guys. I've mentioned this a few times. The whole balance of like how much of my life I want to show, privacy versus public figure, has been like a subject for me, a conscious subject. And I've become a little more privacy focused. But at the same time, like I am addicted to keeping you guys somewhat involved. And I guess I want to talk a little bit about my life and what's going on here. But in that kind of theme of separating things, I was quite excited for the whole time that I've been doing YouTube and streaming since 2008. It's always been at home. I've just had a desk at home. That's where I sit down. And so like, for me, I am YouTube and I am what I work with. Like there's not much separation there. And I think I was very excited to try out a lifestyle where I have a home and then I have an office, which is where I am now. This isn't an office building. I rent this place. And that was really exciting for me. It was like, okay, well, on this theme of like separating and trying to keep my private life, and let's do that with location as well. I fucking hate it though. It was nice to try out. Cannot wait to go back to being able to just at home. The thing is like, I don't mind if it's like, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to do a long stream. I don't mind driving to work and like doing that. But dude, there's a lot of things where I just want to like just here and there sit down and work, or like I just want to sit down and play 2 Counter-Strike games, you know? And my work happens to be to do with games as well. So even if I just want to sit down for an hour and a half, I can't do that unless I go to the office. So I'm really happy I tried it. Now I know what I prefer. I'm looking forward to getting back to having an office at home, which I'm going to do very soon because I eventually figured it out in the apartment. It didn't take me long. Found a house I really liked, and I've moved now. We've got a nice house with a lot of space, and I've got myself an office in there. And but we're installing fiber right now. So honestly, these last 3 weeks that I haven't uploaded, it's been quite nice because I needed to focus on house stuff, moving in and getting things set up. So they're digging for fiber internet to install it. So hopefully soon, when you do see me in a new place, and now you'll know what's happened. When you go, what's going on? I'll have moved. I'll be back home. And just as a little bonus fact, I guess, or like the house, I really like it. I'm very happy. I think when I was done with the last house, that house was never planned. So that house was like very much a fix me up kind of house. And the plan back when I first bought it was for us to eventually tear it down and build a new house. Because it pretty much was the price of just land. But because of everything that happened, I never did that. And so I think I never had any motivation around that house. When you live in a house that you're planning on tearing down, you don't have a lot of motivation to take care of it. So when I moved out, I was very much like, oh, I'm fucking done with houses. I know I'm not super far into having a house now, but I've noticed it's night and day being in a house that I actually love and want to take care of. I'm like putting in effort and actually excited about the things that need to be done. So I'm back in a house and loving it. That's that part. I'm excited to work from there. It's going to be nice. Oh, speaking of the move and everything. Dude, I keep getting questions about aquariums. What the hell happened to my aquarium hobby? When I moved, I had this big-ass aquarium, and I had a small shrimp aquarium, which I really liked, which you saw behind me for a while when I was in the last office before I left. Love the aquarium hobby. But when I moved, I was like, you know what? Like, I don't really know. I was moving to an apartment. Don't really know where I'm going to end up. It was also a big move since I was moving out of the city. And I found someone who had like 6 big aquariums who really loves fish. So I sold it to him. I was like, you know what? Like, I can take on the aquarium hobby again in the future. But right now, I kind of want to figure out myself, is how I felt. It's a lot to move with aquarium. It's fine, you can do it, but I was like, I'm not even sure how I'm going to end up. I'm going to be in an apartment for a while. I'm not going to bring a big ass aquarium into this apartment, like, or the office. It was a mess, and I found a guy who loved it all. He ended up sending me lots of videos as updates of the fish afterwards, and all the shrimp. So I was really happy with that solution. So for those who ask me, what happened to my hobby, my aquarium hobby? That's that. It's not fully gone. I daydream about getting an aquarium, and there's a chance that I'll get it again in the future. But I think I got the aquarium hobby started growing. I spent years looking into it and doing it around the Corona years. And then obviously I went through the divorce and everything and kind of lost touch with that hobby a little bit and started focusing more on me. And now I think I'm so focused on the house. That's what gets me excited. Just taking care of where I'm going to live rather than getting an aquarium. I think that's maybe in the future when I have some more time. It's been a very emotional move, actually, because I think it's the first time in a long time that I'm feeling like I'm actually settling down. And just to be clear, like, it's not like I've been living in a tough place. It's just like, I think the last place I was in where I was like, okay, I live here, was back in like the apartment back before the house. So that was 6 years ago. Was the last time I lived somewhere where I was like, this is where I live. And it wasn't like an ongoing project. But the last house had so many issues. And as I said, it was just the plan was to tear it down, and then divorce and everything. I fucking hated it, you know, and then moved to the apartment, and that was nice. But it was like moving boxes here. Next door here, I had 30 moving boxes because I was just like, there was no space for it. So for the first time, I'm back in a place where I'm like, okay, I can fucking settle down and actually live and get this place in order and stuff. Oh, I'm so fucking excited, honestly. So there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot to do, which you notice by the fact that I'm not streaming quite as much at the moment. But I'm trying to enjoy the summer. We only get about 3 months of good summer, and then it's back to darkness. So I try to push myself to kind of enjoy that. And then the move as well, you know, I don't really mind slowing down a little bit. I think I've been here. There's been enough periods now that I've been gone for a little bit that I know that when I return to putting stuff up, and like it's okay to slow down sometimes. I think online there's a fear, which I definitely recognize, of like irrelevancy if you don't stay active, which I think we need to work on slowing down a bit on and just focus. You need to learn to focus on yourself a little as well. Have I mentioned the secret project on here? I don't think I think sometimes I have. There's a thing I started working on 3 years now, is when it first became a thing, a project. And over the years, I've referred to it as the secret project. And it's pretty much ready. In fact, you would probably have seen it already if it wasn't that I was going to move. I decided to kind of delay things a little bit because I couldn't be that spread out. You're going to see that pretty soon. And I'm honestly so fucking excited to show you guys. Makes me emotional. It's not a thing that like for 3 years, it's been a full-time thing. Not at all. But it's been worked on for 3 years between me and multiple other people. And nobody knows what it is. Somehow I haven't fucking spoiled it, which is insane. You would think I would. I have accidentally leaked my name, my email. I've leaked my file explorer, which has my recent, and somehow I've never leaked anything about the secret project. Cannot fucking wait to show you guys. We have put so much thought and effort and love into this. So just to get some hype around that. That's coming, I guess. I have a list of things here. I just wrote down some questions I usually get. I thought I'd just talk a bit, yap. I've been getting questions about memberships and how I handle that. I think there's a misconception between some people that I have membership-only videos. I don't. Asterisks, I guess. Like, I don't do membership-only videos, but there are some older Q&As I put up. So I don't do regular videos, but there's some older Q&As that are up. I think most of them are down now because they're not relevant anymore. And then there's one unreleased Monstrum video. We made a Monstrum video that I didn't like, so I took like 5 minutes of the best clips, put it in a mishmash, and then I put the full video up for members and just like, here's a canceled video. Other than that, anything that goes up for memberships, it's just early access. And what that means is if we get a video ready and we don't have the thumbnail ready, we'll put it up, and then while we figure out the title and thumbnail. So it could be early access for anywhere from 2 hours to 3 days. Even if, or like if I put up a video and then another one's ready, we want to wait a few days until we put that next one up. I'll put it up for members. So it's not a very, there's no strict formula to it or anything. I just wanted to make that clear because every now and then someone's like, oh, God, the sponsorships isn't enough. Like you need the member. And it's like, why, it's a shitty membership. There's nothing exclusive. It's just early. If I didn't have it, you still wouldn't get the video. Like it's just early access as a thank you for people who want to show some support. I know. So I changed the membership a while ago because I found out that it advertises membership only videos now. Because I got tweets about it like years ago, like 2 years ago maybe, or was it last? It was last year, I think, from people saying like, dude, stop advertising your membership only videos. And I have no control over that. But I did set the membership tier to the lowest it can be. It depends on what country you're in, but it's about $1. So this is me advertising that. If you want to support the channel, support me and the editors, consider paying $1. You don't get much. I do community posts. Early access every now and then, and community posts. I do write-ups when I have thoughts of like behind the scenes stuff. I did a long essay about multi-platform streaming and my thoughts around it. I just wrote it all out. So if you do become a member, check out the community tab. There's some community-only text posts there where I just write my thoughts about behind-the-scenes stuff. So yeah, I really wanted to make that clear. I think it bothers me sometimes when people misunderstand me. It's really just like, not at all. When someone says something that's so opposite of how I meant it, like that gets to me. I'm really like, I don't know. They're like, oh my God, he's just doing membership videos now? Like, why can't? And it's like, well, no, I'm not. I don't know where you got this information. I think people can assume things very easily without actually looking into it. And I'm like, well, no, that's not it. Speaking of selling out, I want to talk a little bit about sponsors. I just came out of my biggest sellout era yet. It was nice. So I was going to move and I was I was talking to Beata. I was like, I'm going to take some time off around moving and just kind of focus on the move and like make sure I put my effort on that. And then I got 3 really good sponsorship offers. And, when you move to a house, money is very welcome. So I was like, you know what, Beata? Never mind. I'm going to move and just fucking just stream and make videos. So we made, the Arena Breakout video, 2 Splitgate videos, and Poppycom, all within like a month. And I want to make it clear. I know that was a lot. I know that within like 5 videos, 4 of them were sponsored. I know that was a lot. I chose to do that because I said, fuck it, I need this. But I want you to know that I will never phone it in with sponsorships. Whether it's a sponsored video or a stream. I'm never actually. I call it a sellout era, but I want you to know there's a lot of stoops I won't low to. Is that the saying? That's a saying in a video from my channel years ago that I see people quote sometimes. There's not. Well, there is a stoop I won't low to. Should be the saying. What I'm trying to say is there's plenty of levels well, if you see a sponsorship from me, generally I try to do something that I think is okay and that I can make a good video out of or a good stream. What's something I said no to? I said no to Mind's Eye, funnily enough. They sent me a deal. Around that time, I got another good deal, and it was Mind's Eye. And I was saying back, like, do they have any, like, other promotional material? All the videos on YouTube, this is before it came out. We now know how it went. But I was like, all the promotional videos that came out of this, I'm getting 1,000 red flags. This isn't going to be a good game. Like, and they were like, no, the developer has this and this. And I was like, yeah, I've seen that. And then I said no, because I was like, there's no way this is going to come out and be good. And I'm really happy I did. I did see a video from, I don't know who it was. There was someone who did a video where he took the sponsorship, and it's so funny watching him try to have like a poker face. and he's just laughing at how bad it was. Sometimes it goes wrong. There's certain games I take sponsorships to before they come out because I think it's going to be a good game. We all get surprised sometimes. Every now and then, I could say what it is. I did a mid-roll for No More Room in Hell 2. I took a mid-roll ad for them, which you guys will have seen on my channel. And I accepted that before the game came out. And then when it was time to make the ad and put the video up, the game had been out for a few days, and I looked at Steam and it was like red, mostly negative or something. Just a terrible launch. And at that point, it's too hard. I can't back out at that point. You know, it's like they are paying me. They had a budget. I said yes early. So sometimes, unfortunately, that happens when you think it's going to be good, and then it comes out, it's like, oof. And then you still make the ad, right? And I just want to say that, yeah, I try my best, but sometimes it ends up bad. And I'm okay with bringing up No More Room in Hell 2 because I played it like 2 months ago. Yomo and I and Flash, we were on late. We put it up on Morteo. We were on late and we just decided to hop on because the recent reviews are good. And oh my God, it's like done such a turnaround. This isn't an ad. I'm explaining why I think it's okay. You would think I was bad-mouthing an old sponsor, but I'm okay with doing that because I gotta praise what it is now. You're gonna see a session from me at some point because we played it for like 4 hours, and dude, we had the best time. It's like the best zombie game that I've played of recent years. It felt to me like what a modern take on Left 4 Dead would be. And I'm sure people will disagree and stuff, but I had such a good fucking time. I put it up on Morteo, and there were people who like were complaining, saying like, "Oh, he's sponsored." And it's like, no. We were just, I was genuinely really liking it. But what was my point here? My point is, I just want to make it clear, I'm never going to phone it in with sponsors. It's a really good bonus for me and paying out my editors. But there's plenty of things I try to keep a good balance. And I want you guys to call me out on if I'm never going to show up with like a dodgy ass gambling ad, I guess, or something. I don't know. Casino, CS case openings. I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I think it's important to openly talk about your thoughts around things. Otherwise, people will just assume things. You know? Now, what you think about all of this, maybe you're the type of person who's fully against ads on YouTube, and that's okay. Me personally, I think I prefer mid-rolls. So what I do is I often disable a lot of mid-rolls. If a video has a sponsored mid-roll, I usually disable, I maybe leave one mid-roll in because I do think that I get the vibe that YouTube cares, the algorithm thing, but I'll have it towards the end. So I think I would assume that most people prefer a mid-roll from the YouTuber over YouTube's mid-rolls. But then also if you have premium, I got someone who brought it up and said like, man, I pay for premium and I still get mid-rolls from the fucking YouTuber. I fully understand that frustration, but at least you can just skip ahead, you know? Merch. Where the fuck is merch? I get that question a lot. Really appreciate people who want to support and buy merch. Many years ago now, when did we have merch? Like 3 years ago? Right after Christmas, like 2 or 3 years ago, the merch company that I was with, that I'd been with for years, just very suddenly said, we're closing shop. It's done in 2 weeks. So we had no time to prepare for that. And it was just gone. And I just haven't had the mental capacity to find a new merch. I don't want to do merch just because. I want to make sure it's something where the company's good, the costs aren't too high, and it's actually a good merch idea. And so I haven't really looked into, I think I've been more focused when I have free time, I put my focus on the secret project. So merch will return at some point, but right now there is none, basically. There is none. I think that's about it. Those are all the questions that I could think of. I'm loving YouTube right now. And dude, I've been back and forth so much over the last few years on how I want to do it here. For a while I was like, I'm gonna do all the video, and that very quickly I changed my mind on that. I think I really like making sure that a video goes up. I'm super happy with it. I don't want to put up slop. I actually don't like the place that YouTube itself is in right now. I think putting up slop is too advantageous. I understand why it does well, but these like daily YouTube channel where they put up daily stuff and it's just like cut together stuff, reactions to things on and just them discussing drama or just a very lazily put together gameplay video. It's okay, they can do it. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like that. That's what like does well on YouTube today. But for me, I'm gonna focus on just what I'm doing and try to put up good videos that are a little higher quality than just slop, I guess. I don't know if there's a definition for that. Really excited about the Peak tournament video. I hope you guys will enjoy it when it's done. Adam is slaving away. And I guess the last thing, do I have anything more here? Oh, the last note I have here that I could answer, it might preemptively be asked, so I'll preemptively ask it, or answer it. Setup video. I've actually, funnily enough, recorded a setup video, 2 setups. I recorded back in the old house, a setup thing, and then I've recorded in here. And now I'll record some in the new house, and then maybe you'll get a big setup video that features 3 different setups. Of me talking about what I've got and setting stuff up, and then suddenly I'm in a new place, and then I talk, and then suddenly I'm in a new place. So at some point you'll see a setup video, and it's probably going to be messy and fucking weird, but that's the plan. That's my thought around that. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the love and your continuing in watching. I will see you in the mishmash. It should be up in a few days, and then after that, more videos. So. What's up, guys? Bye.